All right, welcome in, boys. We are live. Episode 11 of Take It to the Bank. I counted, Coop. Little bonus in-race action for Friday Night Trucks. And that's it. We're going to break down the Coke 600 in depth. We're going to try to pick an in-race winner if we can. Coop's on Ekis. I'm on Hocevar to win the truck race tonight, pre-race. And we just hopped on Corey Heim at 5.5 to 1. We threw it in the chat. He looks to be fast early, but I don't know. I still think Nick Sanchez will make his way up probably and have something to say about this race. And Hocevar was moving in the right direction, already up to 6th. I said in our Discord that he put down a bad lap in qualifying. He had a top 4 truck in practice. And it looks that way. So, my guy, Coop. What's up, buddy? We did not do a show last week. We had the All-Star race, but we're here.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. We're here.
We're here.
Probably be here on Monday.
No, come on, Coop. Come on. Don't say that. I'm optimistic about Sunday.
Yeah.
You're not optimistic? I think we get it in.
I just look at the weather, man. It didn't look good.
I mean, I looked at it a couple hours ago. It didn't look awful. What time do you think they have to start the race on Sunday night by? 9:30, 10?
Oh, no. 9.
9?
It's like a 4.5 hour race, man. They can't be racing until like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Probably, yeah. That's if it's calm.
Yeah.
You know?
Can't be doing that, man.
Hold on. I just want to tweet this out. All right. So Coop and I are going to break down the race. We got on Corey Heim. I'm on Hocevar. I think Hocevar's got a really good shot to win the race. He was really good in practice. And that's it. Sanchez up to 17th, started 34th, Coop. 17 laps. Now, you and I are already on him, and we're on Corey Heim. I think we're going to win that group because I don't respect Majeski, and I don't respect Zane Smith tonight. So I think we're in good shape with our group. Majeski won the pole last year, finished outside the top 10. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Why do you think they took that bet down after we bet it, and then it magically reappeared today?
Did it reappear at the same price?
No.
What was the price?
They were both cheaper than what we got them.
Well, that makes sense. Every number that you and I bet this week, you can't get today. So. All right, Caruth is fast, Coop. Could he do it for 134 laps?
No.
No, right?
No. Guy always finds something to screw up, unfortunately.
Y2J said he hits more cars than Ross Chastain, and I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it. Yeah, we hit Corey Heim.
Since we've been on, Hocevar's cut a second.
Yeah, I'm already on him, my friend. I bet him at 12 to 1. I can't bet him again. So we bet him at BetMGM. Corey Heim at 5.5 to 1. Actually, I tweeted out that 365. But I'm wrong. It was BetMGM, so let me fix that. All right.
How's Haley Deegan doing?
I mean, does it matter?
Yeah, it matters. I have 175 to 1 on her.
Oh, to be the top Toyota? What is she in? Chevy, Toyota? What is she driving?
They're all driving Fords.
They're all driving Fords.
Yeah, but it's a top Toyota bet.
I mean, honestly, listen.
She finished. She was the second Ford at one race and the third Ford at another. She does pretty good on the 1.5 miles.
I have the same opinion of Haley Deegan as Larry Nick Reynolds does.
She's at 21st, man.
That's where I'm at with Haley. But
I mean, as long as her and Rajah stay away from each other, man, they shouldn't hurt each other, man. I mean, the two of them wreck every week.
Yeah, Carson Hocevar has the best truck on the track.
Yeah, boy, does that suck tonight.
Tried to tell you, Darlington isn't Charlotte, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I would watch for Sanchez.
I tried to bet him immediately, thinking that 7-1 number is going to be like 15-1, but the books were like, nah, bro, not on a 1.5 mile track. They were like 9-1. That's all you get. 9-1. We don't care if he's starting 34th. 9-1.
Yeah, I got Hocevar at 10. So
my guy Adam Meyer wasted a free bet on Ty Majeski at 6-1. Imagine. What a fucking waste. He's going to come back and win this race and stick it right in me. All right. So we're on our drivers. We'll keep an eye on Sanchez.
Deegan's up to 20.
Are we going to have a Haley Deegan watch tonight? Are you setting that up? Are you setting that up tonight, Coop?
I mean, it was a horrible number, man.
Who is the top Toyota right now?
It's a Ford.
Oh, she's a Ford?
Yeah, they're all Ford. It was labeled top Toyota.
Oh, okay. So who do you have to beat? Who are the best Fords on the track right now?
There's only 4 of them. I mean, there's like 8 of them, but the other 4 are really bad. It's Majeski, Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, and Crafton.
Majeski, Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, and Crafton. I mean, it's possible. Majeski, Zane Smith, and Ben Rhodes are going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, but like I said, she's beaten some of them in other races. So, but at 175, and you only have to beat 4 other trucks. Come on.
Yeah. I think that's an auto bet, probably, right? That's like what you did last year in the Cup Series.
Yeah, but I think the chances of are a little worse than Bubba.
Well, so are the odds.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Sanchez hasn't lost any time whatsoever. He's been at minus 11 seconds the whole time.
Well, he was within 1/10 of a second, I think, in my opinion, of Hocevar and him having the best trucks. Yeah. That's why I tried to bet him right after practice when he was.
I agree. Hocevar and Heim and Sanchez.
What is his number right now?
They're all locked.
Oh,
all 2 of them.
All 2 books signed. Are we only rolling with BetMGM and 365 tonight? Is there any other book I need to log into right now? All right, Coop, All-Star Race. What were your thoughts other than Kyle Larson is just on a different planet right now? He's driving on Mars. Everybody else was driving in the United States last week.
I don't know. I mean, it could have been a completely different race.
Can you tell me why nobody pit in the last stage of the race?
Well, they didn't want to lose a lap or 2. But the better question is, why didn't they all pit on lap 18 with 2 sets of tires?
I don't know.
Stupid.
I don't know.
It was almost like they were just driving around doing a test. You know, I mean, no, I don't know, man.
Well,
It
we
was
got
really
we
it
got
was
we
really
got
bad.
odds on Barstool and Caesars.
Oh, really? Are they
Yeah.
alive?
Well, they will be when they come out of the stage break. But Sign said we got
Oh,
Barstool. So, guys in the chat, when the odds come back up, Coop and I are going to start rocking, breaking down the race. Just let us know what the odds on Sanchez come back at.
but I thought the race was horrible. I mean, there was so much anticipation for it, and it failed miserably.
They'll never be
Uh,
back there again.
Pardon me?
They'll never be back there for an all-star race again, right?
I think they. I don't know. There's talk that it might be on the Cup schedule next year.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Well,
We have
one
enough.
thing they got to replace Auto Club.
Well, but there's got to be a better place than Wilkesboro.
I mean, they've talked about, do they pave, one of the lanes so that, it can become a 2-lane track and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. It was just so bad. I mean, tires really didn't matter as long as everybody had the same set of tires, you know. Obviously, if you have 4 fresh and then, not 4 fresh, it's going to be a big deal. But like, it really didn't matter. There was no passing.
I still think that this car is just way off. And like in terms of the racing that we were seeing a few years ago, right before the next gen cars came, we are not
I mean,
seeing racing like that in this new car.
the only good racing is on the 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
The super speedways, they can't go 3 wide. So it's just 2 wide, follow each other around.
Short tracks you can't pass.
Short tracks you can't pass. I don't know. They got some opportunities.
Yeah.
Big time opportunities, let's say. Not even small. So, I guess your boy Josh Berry's getting closer to being a Hendrick driver.
Yeah.
Stuart Haas, excuse me.
What's he going to drive? Almirola's car next year? The 10, did they say? Or the 4?
He's driving the 4.
It sounded like I thought I saw a press release that said he was going to drive the 10, which made me think that Almirola was going to like slide over to the. So he's driving Harvick's car.
Yeah, that's Harrison Burton, who's going to possibly get that car. Which,
I mean, honestly, who cares? Ford sucks. Ford is so far off the mark. Only Ford to even remotely sniff a win. Joey Logano got it done. Other than that, Ford is completely irrelevant. Totally irrelevant. It is Hendrick, it is Toyota, and it is nobody else. So, I mean, whatever.
We'll have to wait and see.
Until they improve.
They're not really saying much. Like, you would think that they would be more up in arms.
Yeah. All right, track talk, Charlotte. 1.5 miles, cookie cutter oval. Track comp, what? Kansas, Las Vegas, Texas?
Not Texas. Nothing compares to Texas.
Kansas and Vegas?
Like, Texas is like North Wilkesboro of the cookie cutters. You can't pass.
In terms of what you're looking at, right? It's just Kansas and Vegas from this year, right?
Yes.
That's all I looked at. Although, if we're being fair, this race, it's a monster all its own. It's so long, starts early. It's going to end at 2:00 in the morning or 1:00 in the morning at 1:30, something like that. And it's just a fucking war of attrition. Last year told us nothing. There were that was the race where there were just a million tires blown, right?
Yeah,
They
18 cautions.
Yeah, it was a disaster. So I only looked at Kansas and Vegas, and really, Kansas was 3 weeks ago. You would think that Kansas is a more accurate representation of where we are, right? Than Vegas. It was so early in the year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a little more tire wear here than what there is Vegas, but maybe not as much as Kansas. Because I do remember, maybe it was the tires that were causing the issues, but they did have some tire wear last year.
So,
but yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a completely different race than last year because I think you're going to be lucky to have half the cautions that they had last year.
oh yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. Even though it's 400 laps, I agree. Last year was crazy. So what did we see at Kansas? If that's our comp, we saw Toyota and Kyle Larson and Will Byron. That's basically what we saw, right? Chastain finished in the top five. Bubba was fourth. Larson was second. Then he won the race.
Best
And
car didn't finish the race.
what?
I said the best car didn't finish the race.
The best car didn't finish the race. Who was the best car?
Really?
The best car didn't finish the race. Oh, Ty Gibbs?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We're starting already. How long has this show been going on? 17 minutes? We're starting already? We're blowing Gibbs already?
Oh, I mean, I gave you an opportunity to say Chris Bell.
First of all, that was the race that I don't think you were on the show. Were you on the live show?
No, I was at a.
That was the race
tasting.
You said to me, what happened? And I said the first thing I said to you was Ty Gibbs looked really good. That car was like a top 5 car for sure. And he hit the wall, got into an accident. I said, but that car's alive. That car's really good right now. And you were like, okay, good to know. Fast forward 3 weeks, and you're fucking right back to being the president of the Ty Gibbs fan club.
I guess Sanchez had a bad pit stop.
Did he?
He dropped 7 spots.
What happened?
13th.
What happened to Majeski?
Who cares? He probably came back down again to try to fix his truck or something, maybe.
Drive away tonight, Carson.
Zane Smith must have had a good pit stop too. He picked up a couple spots.
Yeah, hopefully he just falls through the field like a rock.
You know, this Dean Thompson guy has been pretty impressive this year. He's had some problems finishing races, but he's had a fast truck, man, a lot of time. A lot.
All right, so talking about the contenders, right? I know that we're gonna have better odds at certain books, but I'm just going to roll with the odds at Caesars to make it easier. Although I do have all the books up. Where are the Cup odds actually? Oh, here they are. All right, Kyle Larson, 4.5 to 1. Your odds on favorite, but you can get him at 5 to 1. Listen, Kyle Larson is probably the only car in this race that he could put the whole field away on Sunday, and we might just be sitting here twiddling our thumbs for 5 hours. The car's that good. He is that good. He's the best race driver on the planet in any sport, period. And he's better than Verstappen. He's better than Checo. All these fucking guys that Gavin blows. Kyle Larson is the best driver on earth, period.
Who's Checo?
The second best guy in Formula One. Kyle Larson. When Kyle Larson wins the Indy 500 next year, I want to hear what Gavin has to say then. All right, but anyway, yeah. Listen, if you told me that you were going to bet him at 5-1 right now, I wouldn't tell you no. I get it. He's that much better than everybody. Obviously, Coop. But the one thing I hope is something happens during the race where the odds change, and we have the ability to get on him live. I don't know if the odds are going to change that much, but we have seen in the last 3 weeks, you've been able to get him at 20-1. Not last week, the week before last, I think you were able to get him at 14-1. So we have seen the books will change the odds on him. At least the last few weeks, we've seen that. So I don't know. Sanchez 16-1 right now. Jordan.
So let me ask you. Do you think the odds change much because there's not going to be qualifying tomorrow? Not going to be practice going into this race blind.
Well, yeah, he might go off at 4-1.
Like he's going to start 12th.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters. I think that you might get.
You don't think you can get a buck from it? You can get him up maybe 550 or 6.
I don't think so, Coop. What's like? You know why? Because the race is so long. And you're gonna have all the marks that don't watch NASCAR that just know Sunday night the race is on. Who are they gonna bet? They're gonna bet Kyle Larson probably. You know what I mean? So I think that if anything, we might see the books that have him at 5-1. He might drop to plus 450. The books that have him at 450, he might drop to 4-1 right before the race. I don't see it going in the other direction only because he's starting 12th personally. But me and you both like him, obviously, right? How can you not? I mean, you have to respect what he's done. The only thing you and I don't like about him is his number.
Mm-hmm.
Battle for the lead, clear him and be gone. He'll have 3 seconds on this field. All right. Will Byron, next up, 5.5-1. What would you say, Coop, if there was a second car in this race that maybe could lead 200 laps, 250 laps, it would probably be Byron, right? I mean, he's still faster than Toyotas on most weeks.
Yeah, Byron is going to start on the pole. And he's probably going to be pretty stout at the very beginning of the race. But my issue with Byron has been they haven't been very good at adjusting the car. And you've seen them slip a little bit here and a little bit there throughout the race as the race wears on. So, I do think, he's 7-1.
5.5 at Caesars, but can you get him at 6-1 at FanDuel? Superbook has 6-1. I don't think you can get him at 7-1.
Wow. But yeah, I think he's going to be the early leader. He's going to go down to 400-1 pretty quickly. But again, I just think it's a long race. And I think others could probably do better because he wasn't stout at Kansas.
Who are you talking about, Willie?
Yeah,
I agree with that. He, if you really look at that race, and you look at the speed by segment, it wasn't until that final segment where he was fast, right? I mean, hold on. I actually have that. speed by segment in the fourth quarter of that race, he was third. But when you look at the first quarter of that race, he was eighth. And at the halfway point in that race, he had where is he? He was 15th. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't until the last segment of the race where he found something, but it might have been because of the pit stop.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just my thought on Will Byron.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you, obviously. After Will Byron, Denny Hamlin is 6.5 to 1. And if we're being honest, Denny Hamlin, he had the best car at Kansas. He won the race, right? Rightfully so. Which was only a few weeks ago, and you would think would set him up well here. But I do think that as good as Toyota has been, they're still like a third of a tick behind Kyle Larson and Will Byron in terms of speed. But they're good. Who would you say fastest Toyota is? Marty? And then Denny makes probably the best adjustments?
I think they're all close, to be honest with you.
Actually, I would say Bubba could be the fastest Toyota on mile and a half this year.
Yeah.
He's right
but
there.
I think they're all fast, and they're all close to each other.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
They're not far from each other.
Sanchez is 20 to 1 on BetMGM, Coop.
Yeah, he was 25. But my question, I don't know. I don't want to bet him and then see him be a second or third place car.
God, if this race ends like this, bro, it's going to be like $16K to start the weekend. Fuck.
But like, I think Truex is and Denny and Bell and Reddick and Bubba and Ty. They're all very similar to each other, man. All very fast, but like they were crap last week.
Say that.
Wilkes-Barre, they were crap. They were horrible.
Who?
The Toyotas and Gibbs.
Oh, yeah.
Ty Gibbs was the only one that was good. Bell, Hamlin, and Truex were not good at all.
That's true. But I mean, who cares? The format is.
But I mean, like, I don't know, like if Reddick and Wallace were that great, they gained a lot of track position.
You're talking about last week?
Yeah, last week.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, like, why are we talking about that? This is a mile and a half track. It's Charlotte.
Yeah, but like I do think like Chris Bell hasn't been Chris Bell the last couple of weeks.
He's been the most consistent Toyota probably though.
But he wasn't
on the year.
He wasn't like if I had to put it, he was probably the sixth best Toyota at Kansas.
Yeah, that I don't disagree with. He wasn't. He was. Yeah, that I agree with that. Yeah,
he's just not.
I said that to you in that same message about Ty Gibbs. I said the most surprising aspect about that race was Chris Bell was the worst Toyota, hands down. I said that exact thing to you. So yeah, I agree with you totally. Yeah,
right,
for sure. Zane Smith is 8 to 1. I wouldn't bet him with your money right now. I mean, I think we're on the winner, barring fucking a catastrophe. He's got 5 seconds on the field. I wouldn't mind hitting my fucking second pre-race truck look in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That would be pretty cool. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chase Elliott after Denny at 6.5 to 1. Chase Elliott at 7 to 1. Now, I think an interesting aspect this weekend is what do we see from the other half of Hendrick? because Alex Bowman's back in the car. We'll get to him, but he's good here. And he finished third here last year. And I do think that if he's healthy, he's going to get a lot out of that car, and that car is probably going to be very good. Is it going to be Kyle Larson and Will Byron good? I don't know, but it's been very good this year, his car, when he's in it. So I don't know what to expect from him, although I think he will be good. Same goes for Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott has been getting better. His finishes have been getting better. Another thing I said to you at Kansas was Chase Elliott was way better than I thought he would be. He showed up late in that race, and he looked good. So I don't know what you and I should do with the back half of Hendrick this week, but I think that they're one of the most intriguing aspects of this race, Elliott and Bowman. What do you think about them?
What do I think? Hold on. Trucks for me is Sanchez and Hocevar. Eckes would be my third. You reply, I can see Sanchez, but Hocevar, I'm not sure. He won at Texas, but won none of that. He's never a factor at Kansas because of the accident, but literally wasn't doing anything in that race beforehand, and he was average at best.
One of us bet him pre-race. You know who that was?
I've come back and I said Hocevar runs well at Charlotte and should be fast. He's been fast recently in general. And then you just went on and started talking about Nick Sanchez again.
Yeah. Did you bet him before the race started?
I didn't have a chance. Some of us have to work, man.
Yeah. So you know why I do what I do? I'm not that bad at it.
I got him at 10.
That's why I bet him at 12-1.
I got him at 10. So, but yeah, I just wanted to, let that out that like I was actually the one that actually like put a seed in your head about Hocevar.
I guess I was the one.
You were out in left field.
I was the one that watched practice, I guess.
You were out in left field, man.
I guess I was the one that actually put practice on my television today,
But go ahead.
Yeah, so what do you think of Hendrick?
Well, I think of Hendrick.
No, the back end of Hendrick, Elliott, and
I think we're at a point to where Hendrick could start winning races and finishing first, second, third, and fourth, or first, second, fourth, and fifth, or first, third, fourth, and fifth.
Don't you? I kind of think that this is one of those races where Elliott or Bowman could like come out of nowhere, because let's be honest, Elliott and Bowman right now are not on people's radar to win the Coke 600. They're just not. Everybody's thinking about Toyota. Everybody's thinking about Kyle Larson and Will Byron, right?
Yeah, but like you said, Elliott he's been getting a little bit better. My biggest thing with Elliott was he wasn't great on it. They're not
his odds are a joke.
Yeah, if he was 15, he needs to be 15.
Yeah, that I agree. His you can't bet him at 7-1. That's the problem.
Like I think Bowman's priced appropriately. He's in the 20-25 range, I believe.
Yeah. I think priced appropriately, I would say he should I would say that there's value on him. So I don't think necessarily that he's priced appropriately. I think he's probably priced a little bit better than he should be.
Well, prior to his injury, he was around 16 to 18 usually. So.
Right. And you can get him at 25, right?
Right. I think so.
Although Caesars has it.
But yeah, I mean, you gotta. There's definitely somebody that's got to be watched throughout the race.
Right.
They can definitely win.
I agree. After Chase Elliott, Marty 8-1, Bell 9-1. I think Marty's going to probably be better than Chris Bell. I think Marty's the fastest Toyota this year, to be honest, dollar for dollar. I think he's been the fastest, but I don't think that he's been the best at making adjustments. And I think that once he starts going the wrong way in a race, he's going to go the wrong way the entire race, I think.
What makes you say that?
I don't know, man. I just think that every time we see him going backwards, he continues to go backwards. And every time we see him going towards the front, unless something happens, he's going.
You got to remember though, at one race, I think it was Dover. It was Dover. He won. It was another race.
Yeah, we didn't go. I was out. I had to go out.
Yeah, where he had 2 tires and thought he had 4. And his crew chief didn't tell him. So that could be a reason why he went backwards in that race. But yeah, I can't disagree with you that he's not been the fastest Toyota, or has been the fastest Toyota. He's been good.
Yeah, he's been really good. Surprisingly, really good. He surprises me the most this year out of everybody in terms of quality of car. Chris Bell, again, disappointing at Kansas. I think he's got top 5 upside. That's why I bet him to hit the top 5 at plus 180. But I don't think that he's necessarily on my radar. I don't think that you and I are going to be getting on him live on Sunday. My gut says that we won't be. But we'll see. We'll see. Ross Chastain, 10-1. His car's been waking up. But I don't know. I don't know what to make of how good he looked at Darlington, considering that this track is so different. Like, I just think that he could be the 8th best or 9th best car. I don't know. What do you think? He's not like he was last year, but he's nowhere near as bad as he was, I think, in the beginning of the year. So I don't know. I just think the fact that he looks so good at Darlington doesn't necessarily mean all that much at Charlotte. Where are you at on Chastain?
I mean, the guy leads the series in points. He's been better at willing home a car that hasn't been the best. And then when he's had the speed, he's had some, Ross Chastain moments. I think so far on the sample size, he hasn't been as fast as what he's been last year on the 1.5 miles. But he's getting better. And I think he's somebody to be taken more seriously, let's say, than pre-race than Elliott and Bowman. I think the guy could win. And I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, I think he could win if his car is good for sure. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I think that he's going to have a car. I think he may have a car that's good enough for him to win, Coop. But, man, there are so many people that don't like him on that track. 600 miles is a long way to drive. I just think somebody's going to fucking be like, nope, you're not winning the Coca-Cola 600, bitch. Nope. So, I don't know. I think it's getting to the point with Ross Chastain where he has so many enemies on that racetrack now that you have to take that into consideration. That said, I mean, I know that you and I made a bet on him that we'll talk about later, but I don't know. I'm not betting him pre-race. I'll tell you that.
No, but I mean, it's the same stuff as last year. Everybody said the same thing last year.
Yeah, but Coop,
and nobody did anything.
It's worse this year. Doesn't it seem like every week now?
It's the same as last year. It's how he drives, man.
Yeah,
And
but so you don't think that's eventually somebody is going to wreck him? You think they're gonna let? You think somebody would let him that he's fucked in the past? They're gonna let him win a
oh,
crown jewel like the
it
Coca-Cola.
has to be the right situation. I mean, they have to not be in contention. They have to be a lap down. Like, you're thinking about the points too. You know, like
Yeah,
if you hurt Ross, you're going to hurt your car. So it's not like you can just push a magic button and only hurt Ross.
I
Something's going to happen to your car too.
I
So
I guess
I don't know. I don't buy into all that
I
of
worry.
stuff that people
I
want to.
I
I'm not
worry
worried about it.
about it.
If it happens, it happens. Nothing you can do about it.
I mean, yeah, that's
And
true.
it's just like people in DFS. This guy's on my no playlist, my no playlist. Like, you can't have that, man, if you're going to be competitive and want to win. Like, you got to look at it openly.
Yeah, but like it also sucks to just drop 1,000 every time the guy takes himself and a fucking other car that you bet out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't disagree. Don't disagree at all. So, Sanchez got out 8 this time. He had a good pit stop. You have to watch him.
Yeah,
He's definitely a car that can compete with Hocevar and Heim.
I don't know. Well, first of all, Heim can't. Heim was just 5 seconds back.
It was one stage, man. I mean, the first stage he wasn't. So,
Well, he wasn't only because Hocevar started 10th and had to get to the lead. That's the only reason why.
damn, you're smart.
I'm with you. I mean, listen, I think they're the three best cars, but I don't think we should bet them yet. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. The pit stops worry me on Hocevar. So, but yeah,
What are his
Ross
odds?
Chastain, I don't know. They're not up yet. Um, Ross Chastain is somebody I'll keep an eye on. I
Yeah,
think he starts like 14th.
I think that you're right. I think he's a top 5 car that's got winning upside, probably somewhere around there. I'm with you, but man, it worries me to get on him. But I'm with you. All right. After him, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch owns Charlotte. He's phenomenal at this track. I if we saw anything in that car that made us think he's got winning potential, I would bet him at 12-1 at Charlotte any day of the week. The problem is the car is not very good, Coop. It's just not it's not a winning car right now.
I mean, he showed more speed the last couple weeks than what he had the prior weeks up until his win at from his win at Auto Club. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a heckle and jive right now with him, you know. And I can't bet him pre-race like you said, and but he's definitely somebody who I think could win this race. You know, it's just not a consistent car week in and week out.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. After him, Tyler Reddick, 12-1. I said to you, man, this is like the third or fourth week in a row. I don't know what to do with Kyle Busch and Tyler Reddick, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at Tyler Reddick a little more. I think that he could win this race if his car is hooked up for sure. I think that he could win this race. I would
Yeah,
put
I
him
mean,
well above Kyle Busch in terms of my outlook going into the race on how good I think that they will do.
can't disagree. I mean, we've always said where Kyle Larson runs well, Tyler Reddick runs well.
Right.
One thing I do remember from this race last year was they ran the wall a lot more than they had in prior years, which is a big advantage for Tyler Reddick. So definitely somebody going to be watching, and he could definitely win. But again, like I can't pay like 14, 15 to 1 for him right now. If he was 20, maybe. 25, probably. But I just can't do the 15.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. Sanchez flat tire. Stu Friesen was another guy that I thought looked good in practice, Coop. He's going in the right direction. He has been anyway. I
think it's just a two driver race, man. I tell you what, though, that Dean Thompson's hanging in there, third place.
Dean will be 5 seconds back in about 25 laps.
Mm-hmm.
All right, after Reddick, Bubba, my fucking guy. My guy, Bubba. Bubba's been one of the 4 best cars on mile-and-a-half tracks since the second half of 2022. And it's not even up for debate. I love Bubba. Coop and I are on Bubba at 20 to 1.
I had 25.
How'd you get 25?
Because when Corey H put him in the chat that he was plus 360 for a top 5, he was 25 to 1 at MGM. And I put that in the chat too. And I cashed out my 20 to 1 on FanDuel for what I paid. And I went in on 25.
Oh, you're going to make me fucking bet him again. Is he still 25?
No, he's 18.
If Bubba Wallace wins this race, I'm going to be disgusted that Coop got him at 25 to 1 after I bet him at 20 to 1.
Just think Corey H is the one that brought it up in chat, man.
You know what? You know what I went and did today for Corey H? I went and signed up with an app that has real-time notifications because of him. And now he's on my fucking shit list. So, but yeah, we're on Bubba Wallace to win the race.
I got a better top 5 and a better win.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I bet him. I bet it again. You didn't get a better top 5. I have him at 265 and 360, and I have him top 10. I'm invested in Bubba Wallace.
You are. Because if Corey wouldn't have put that 360 in there, I was going to bet Bubba a different way.
How?
And get like a 320.
How are you going to bet him?
In a group.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Coop and I we're heavily invested. We're all in on Bubba.
Well, you're a lot more invested in Bubba than I am. I don't have no top 10 number.
All right.
And I did not double down on the top 5.
I like him. I think that his number's crazy compared to his chances of winning the race. When you look at guys like Kyle Busch at 12 to 1 and Bubba Wallace at 20 to 1, I mean, this is just not the same Bubba. He is in a real whip. Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin have that kid in a real race car.
Real quick, Tyler Reddick is running that Jumpman logo this week.
Yeah.
And back to Bubba. I think the thing that impresses me the most about Bubba is he's improved a lot on tire wear tracks.
Yeah.
He ran really well at Darlington, too.
Yes, he did.
Not like, top 5 well, but he ran well.
Compared to what he was doing at Darlington 4 or 5 years ago, yeah. It's like night and day. He's coming into his own, no doubt.
Yeah. And I mean, just think, like 2 years ago, we were like the only place we would ever bet Bubba.
Yeah.
Was at a 2.5 mile.
A super speedway. Yeah. The kid's in a real race car.
What in the world is this guy doing on pit road, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
So 34 and 18 is 52, man. They're going to be right at their fuel window.
Right at it. after Bubba Wallace.
Did you want to say anything else about Bubba?
No, that's all.
Okay.
We'll get into the top fives and everything once we get there. Kevin Harvick 17-1, Ryan Blaney 18-1, Joey Logano 20-1. Who cares? I'm sorry. I just don't think. Listen, we know what Kevin Harvick's going to do. He's going to run around 12th, 13th, 14th. Once we get 40 laps into the run, he'll move up to 9th. And that's what I expect out of Kev. Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney have not shown the necessary speed on 1.5-mile tracks this year to hang with anybody that we just spoke about. So I have no interest going into the race on Harvick, Blaney, and Logano. Where are you at with them?
For a win, I agree with everything you said. But I think they have top 10 potential. I just don't think the number is big enough for me to take a chance on it. That's about it.
Top 10 upside? Yeah, I mean, I'll buy that. But like what the number would have to be, like we just spoke about 8 or 9 legit cars that if Kyle Larson doesn't have a rocket ship, all of them could win the race.
Yeah, but I mean, like I would think I would need like plus 200 for one of them on a top 10, and I'm not going to get that number.
Because like what you always say to me, like they're not going to like they're probably fighting for what, 1 spot, maybe 2, if the race plays out the way we think it should.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, out of all those cars that we talked about, like there's going to be 2 or 3 of them that have issues.
Yeah,
we don't know which 2 or 3.
400 laps, yeah,
yeah,
100%, yeah,
right. So
yeah, I agree with that.
I think they're fighting for probably 2 to 3 top 10 spots, 3 maybe.
Yeah. All right, we spoke about Bowman and how we feel about him. Daniel Suarez 28-1, Keselowski 40-1. Suarez he hasn't been as good as he was last year. Trackhouse in general hasn't been as good as they were last year. So yep. I don't have any interest in him at 28-1. You don't either?
No.
Keselowski at 40-1. Nope. Again, like maybe top 10 upside if he comes with a real whip, but no interest. Ty Gibbs, who I like, and Coop put me in the Coop is so over the moon this week on Ty Gibbs that he put me in a position this week where I had to shit on a kid who I've said has looked phenomenal lately. But he's 60-1, okay? Coop bet him to win. I did not bet him to win.
What did you need, 90? What do you think he should be priced?
I think that if we're talking just solely based on the performance of the car, I think he should be 20-1. If we're talking about the driver in the longest race of the year in this series, I think he should probably be 90-1, 100-1. If we're talking about the driver.
What's wrong with the driver?
The driver hasn't cracked the top 5 this year, and he's had the car to do it. That's what's wrong.
Is it his fault he's ran out of gas twice?
What about the other 14 races, Coop?
Is it his fault he's ran out of gas twice?
Okay, no. What about the other 14 races, Coop? We can't get one. We can't crack the top 5 once.
You can't tell me that over the last 8 or 9 races, this is a different Ty Gibbs
No.
than
Why?
what it was over the first ones.
Why?
Because
The
he's progressively getting better. He took a car that wasn't the greatest and manipulated some top tens, and then soon after that, the car got better, and he put himself in positions to where he could get top fives. I'm telling you, the kid's going to win this race.
the kid's not going to win this race. Not
Wait
this.
and see.
Not this race. Not the longest race of the year.
You wait and see. This is his 29th NASCAR race. 29th.
Cool.
And
I think that the kid is good.
where he's come in the last 10 races,
I
it's
think
been
that
phenomenal.
I think that the equipment is a top 8 car. The driver is not right now. He's a baby. He's too young. He will make a mistake, and it will cost him. And for 300 laps into this race, he will be in 22nd.
He didn't make a mistake at Talladega, which is much more mentally demanding than what Charlotte is.
I don't think
he ran out of gas.
Movie night if he wins. Yeah, if Ty Gibbs wins the race, can we watch Talladega Nights on a live stream, watch along together?
I'll tell you what. Last year, I came on a show on like a Wednesday or Thursday night when you used to do those midweek shows. And I say Kurt Busch is going to win the race this weekend.
Yeah, Kurt Busch is a NASCAR champion who was in an incredible whip.
I feel the same way about Ty Gibbs this week.
We're going to compare Kurt Busch to Ty Gibbs?
I feel the same way about Ty Gibbs this week. Everything's aligning right for the kid. You're out in left field with him.
Why do you say that? I'm high on him.
He's 60-1. He should be priced 30-1. The price is so wrong it's not even funny. The kid can win. And it's going to happen.
Could he win? Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible, I guess. Do I think he's going to win? No. I think he's going to do something during the race, or their team is going to do something during the race, and he's not going to win. But I do think that the equipment, he'll have a top 8 car. The car's really good. Really good.
Did you bet him top 10?
I did, yeah. At like 2
2.25.
30. What? Or 2.25, I think. Let me check. Yeah, 225. Yep. I bet 365. I bet it for a half unit though. I know. Go ahead, scream at me because I bet a half unit on the kid. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
You better bring an extra pair of underwear to the show on Sunday because you're going to be shitting over the pair that you have when the kid is there at the end.
If the kid's there, listen, if the kid looks like he's going to be there at the end, I'll gladly take the 22-1 instead of the 60. I'm not wasting 1,000 for him to
I don't think you can jump on him at 22-1 and him be as good as what you think he's going to be. I think you'd have to be maybe 10 or 8 by the time you bet him.
That's a long race, Coop.
I know. That's why I said.
We'll see. We'll see. We talked enough about Ty Gibbs.
I don't understand why you don't want to give the kid credit.
I don't think the kid's ready yet. That's why.
the kid, man, like he has been through so much, you know, and just to see what he's done over the
His
last 10
fucking
races.
grandfather's a cajillionaire. How much has he been through?
He fucking won the biggest race of his life, and less than 24 hours
Oh,
later,
that's
his dad
true.
was dead.
That I forgot about the dad. Fair play. Forgot about the dad.
At 20 years old, man, he went from being like probably the highest point of his life to probably the lowest point of his life.
Forgot about the dad. Fair point.
And, you know, like I said, this is his 29th race, man. 29th race.
Yeah, but like that,
and
I
he's
don't
getting
think that's
better
not
and
a
better
point.
and better.
That's not a point for you. That's a point for me that it's his 29th race.
Move on.
All right. See,
bring your tissues on Sunday.
I like the kid, and you make me shit on him this week.
Let me ask you this. There's not a lot of love for Ty Gibbs in the world.
Oh, that's for sure. But that's his own fault.
But if he put Ross Chastain in the wall,
oh, I'll tell you.
Could that turn him around?
I'll tell you what. If it's lap 4, 5, 10, 30, if he spins Ross Chastain and takes him out of the race, I'll bet him just because he took out the guy that cost me $14,000 a couple weeks. When was that? What race was that? The Kyle Larson race.
What? Which one? What are you talking about?
They were both out front.
Oh, that was Darlington.
Yeah.
We had the 4 best cars, and they all lost.
I'll be on. Yeah. We had the 4 best cars, and they all lost. Yeah. So yeah, I'll bet that's when you'll see me on.
Well, you didn't have Chastain. I don't think I did.
No, I didn't. You're right.
Deep in your heart, you were really rooting against him.
Well, I didn't have him. Oh, that was the rate. That was the week that I tried to get on him twice. Yeah. Are we gonna have to bet Ben Rhodes?
No.
45 laps to go already? Wow, this race is flying.
That's what happens when you talk about Ty Gibbs.
Oh, Zane. Oh, that's going to cash a matchup for me, right? It should. Oh, no, he's okay. Oh, maybe he's not okay. Oh, he's got a little damage. We're going to get.
Did he run into Majeski? Oh, no, it was Deegan. Oh, that son of a bitch.
Oh, Majeski's up there to break our balls, too. Oh, I don't think you bet the matchups that I bet, but I have. I bet
we got to get Heim in front of Majeski.
Heim over Zane Smith, Sanchez over Majeski. Is what
Did Sanchez ever come back? He just had a flat tire, right? He's not in the top 20.
Yeah. We got to get Heim. We got to get Heim in front of Majeski. Okay. That'll cash 2 bets.
So you have Heim over Majeski?
Oh no, it's Heim over Zane Smith, Sanchez over Majeski. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But we have Heim and Sanchez. Heim and Sanchez over Majeski and Zane Smith.
In the group.
Yeah. All right. Looking at, there's nobody after Ty Gibbs even worth talking about. Any top 3s this week that you saw?
Well, I mean, I think there are 2 drivers you could talk about.
Who? Hold on.
Austin Dillon. You know, somebody who's very good on the 1.5 miles. And your boy, Ricky Stenhouse.
I mean,
Stenhouse has been pretty good on the mile and a half. He's got an HMS motor in his vehicle. I'm not betting either one of them, but I'm just saying, if I were to get crazy, those would be the two drivers.
Austin Dillon total speed rank at Kansas was 17th and Stenhouse 23rd. Well, did you look at the what the top 10 numbers were? Well, on Austin Dillon, were they actually?
I think it's 300.
All right. So, but neither of us are betting either of those guys.
No.
Top threes. Did you see anything that you liked?
I can't bet top three in this race.
I don't think I don't think I've ever bet a top three in the Cup race, in the Cup Series. Have we ever bet a top three in the Cup Series?
I have. Not often, and I don't know if I've done it this year. I know it was last year. I had Marty and Harvick in the top three at Richmond.
Top fives. Coop and I are invested. I have Marty at plus 150. I have Bell at plus 180. And then we both have Bubba. I have him at 265 and 360. Coop's got him at 360. And then we both have Chastain. Coop got him at plus 190. I waited a little while and ended up getting plus 180. So those are the four guys that we have for top fives combined.
Why Bell?
Because I think that price relative to his chances to hit the top five is wrong. I think he should probably be plus 140. I think that number's wrong. I think Marty should probably be, based on how he's looked this year, probably plus 110, 115 to hit the top five. I think that number's wrong. So that's why I think Toyota's going to be strong. And then the few Chevys that dominate. So that's why I took the shot. I mean, I think, would it surprise you if Chris Bell runs fourth?
No, it wouldn't surprise me, but I think, it wouldn't surprise me if he ran 10th or 12th either.
I think it would surprise me if he ran 12th. I don't know, but he was definitely the worst Toyota at Kansas for sure. I just think
it was horrible last week.
I just think that forget about last week.
It's momentum, man. It's
the whole field was horrible last week.
It's kind of like I tried to tell you with Carson Hocevar at the beginning of the week. He'd been running really well in general. Bell has not been running very well in general. That's why.
Don't say that, Philly. Don't bring that rain energy. We're getting the races in.
Yeah, Nolan. You tell them. Keg probably doesn't remember that race. I'm pretty sure it was at Road America in Wisconsin.
I'm not even going to comment. All right, so those are the top fives that Coop and I are on. Top tens. The only top 10 I bet was Ty Gibbs and Bubba. And you just have Ty Gibbs, right?
Correct.
So
wait, whoa.
I was just going to say we got plus 225 on Ty Gibbs at the top 10 and minus 120, I think it was, for Bubba Wallace to hit the top 10 at Bet Rivers earlier in the week. But that's all we have. Were there any other top 10s that you thought were possibly worth pursuing?
Barstool brought back top 20s.
Really? When?
I guess this week.
I mean, it had to be like today. I don't remember seeing it yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't imagine paying any of these numbers though.
Oh yeah, they're top 20s. You're swinging, bro. You're swinging on drivers that have been running like 30th the entire year. Like, what's Austin Dillon to hit the top 20?
Minus 275.
Yeah, it's crazy. What about Ricky?
Minus 286.
Yeah, so like you literally have to be going after like Jack Wood to cry or whoever. I don't even know if Jack Wood is running the Cup Series this week.
Jack Wood, man, like he doesn't run the Cup Series; he runs the Truck Series.
Whatever.
Like that came out of left field. Like
yeah, I was pulling for a name that runs 38th. I don't look at the guys that run 38th, Coop. I don't play DFS.
I mean, that's almost like you saying like Michael Block, was running in a truck this week.
All right, JJ Yaley. Yeah, Michael Block. I didn't even know who that was.
Man, you got to come out of that corner.
Do you know that I didn't even know who? I saw people talking about him, and I didn't even know who he was. I was like, "Who's?"
You got to come out of the corner, man. Wow.
Jimmy Johnson's minus 167. They hit the top 20. That tells you everything you need to know about the top 20 market.
Poor guy. I don't even know if he's run like 30 or 40 laps this year.
Yo, don't look now, Coop. But your boy is there.
My boy?
Yeah. Well, it's really my boy. You just happen to bet him this week.
Oh, Eckes?
Yeah. He's my boy, but you bet him.
Man, you're gonna cry if Eckes wins this race, man.
Yeah, I am. I think if they run, I think Kosovar will beat them by 3 seconds if it actually runs out. But fucking Ben Rhodes, man.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about Ben Rhodes too, or earlier in the week. Truck's been falling off though.
No, I don't remember discussing Ben Rhodes.
Yeah, I think we mentioned him for like 5 minutes. We were talking about him.
Okay.
But you were like he hasn't.
Oh yeah. He's been really bad lately.
Lately, yeah.
Yeah. Now, yeah. You're right. We did talk about him for a couple minutes.
Fucking Hosovar better go buy this mutt. All right. Top. Oh, manufacturer. Top Chevy, top Toyota, top Ford. Was there anything that you saw that you liked?
I think they would be long shots. But hold on, let me go. Shoot. Go to a book. I'm going to go to MGM.
I have them all up. Which book for what?
I don't have Barstool, the top manufacturers.
Okay.
For whatever reason, they just don't show them.
We won't get.
My state.
Oh, that's right. You don't get them ever, right? Be gone. Pay me out, bitch.
All right. So Caesars has them, and Barstool has them. And all right, so I'll look at 365 and MGM. You look at Barstool and Caesars.
What are we looking for?
The top manufacturers, man.
Oh, okay.
We'll start with Chevy. Like if I was gonna bet this, it would have to be like a longer shots. Obviously, I'm not gonna take Kyle Larson. I'm not gonna take Will Byron. But I guess the first two that come to my mind would be Chastain and Bowman.
Top Chevy. So Chastain at Barstool 5.5. Bowman 9.
See, Bowman is 13 on MGM.
That's good. I mean, think about that. Well, yeah, but still, even with as strong as Kyle Larson and Will Byron have been, there are still 6 or 7 cars that could legitimately win this race, no doubt. So if you're gonna pay, if you're gonna pay out Bowman to be top Chevy at 13-1, but you're only gonna offer 18-1 to win the race, that seems wrong.
Right.
Kind of like what you and I did with Sanchez and bet him the group instead to win.
Correct. But I mean, I just don't think I can bet against Larson and Byron as dominant as both of them have been on mile and a halves. I know it's a long race, a lot can happen, but
yeah, I don't disagree. Kyle Larson could lead 350 laps.
Right.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
But I mean, it would be Chastain and Bowman for me in the Chevy market. Ford. Blaney and Logano would be my top 2 choices.
You could add Byron in there too. He's 4-1 at Barstool. I guess we could shop for the best number, but I think that number's wrong. If Kyle Larson is 230, Byron should be 3. Right?
Well, I mean, he shouldn't be 4-1 to be the top Chevy and 6-1 to win the race.
Right.
So
you could take Byron, Chastain, and Bowman and just try to beat Kyle Larson if you wanted to. You would still make 2 units if Will Byron won the race,
Right.
Or top Chevy, I mean.
Elliott and Busch could easily ruin that.
Yeah, 100%. So can Kyle Busch if he finds something. Yeah, I'm with you.
But on Ford, I feel pretty confident on Blaney and Logano up top. I think Kez and Harvick is a little bit behind them.
What about Chris?
But if I was betting a long shot, it would be Amarola.
Yeah.
Go back and look at Las Vegas and Kansas. I think he was the second Ford in both races.
At Kansas, the first Ford was Logano, who finished 6th. And then Harvick finished 11th. Almirola finished 13th.
Okay.
At Vegas, Harvick finished 9th. No, Cindric 6th. Harvick 8th. 9th, I'm sorry. Almirola 16th. Blaney was 13th.
Okay. But what do they have him at on
20? 20 at Barstool. Caesars has 30.
Well, the reason I say it is MGM has 40.
Okay. Yeah, that number's probably wrong, but I do think that it's a bet that probably loses, but there's probably value in that number at 40.
Right. Right. Like I could see him coming home second or third more than first.
Right.
But you never know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be Kozlowski, Busher. I don't think Cedric. Definitely not Briscoe and Priest. They've been slow as molasses. Your tractor runs faster than them. But I don't know. I don't feel great about it. Any of the top Fords or Chevys. Do you?
I think that Joey Logano is probably going to be the top Ford. But could it be Blaney? I guess, yeah. Could it be Harvick? Yeah. My gut says Logano is probably the best Ford.
Right.
But the price, what's the best price you see on him?
On who?
Joey.
350 at MGM and 300 at 365.
Yeah, it's just not that good.
Like I would rather take a shot at Eric Amarola at 4,000.
Yeah, I'm with
you. Logano and Blaney at their numbers.
For like a quarter unit, you're still going to pick up like 10 units, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't mind that. At 40-1, I don't mind that.
And then I can't bet Toyota.
Did you see Barstool has drivers to finish on the lead lap?
I did not. Hold on.
Eric Almirola and Austin Cindric to finish on the lead lap are plus 115. How many cars this year, on average, have finished on the lead lap at Kansas and Vegas?
But look, you need to really look at Charlotte because it's 200 more miles.
How many stages are there? 4?
Yeah.
Can you find that? How many cars at Charlotte on average finish on the lead lap?
Give me a minute.
I don't think I've ever seen.
I think you got to throw last year out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of the carnage that was partaken.
Right.
Shoot. I went to the wrong site. Give me a minute.
Best driver in NASCAR history is plus 120 to finish on the lead lap. It's bad. At least best driver in the modern era. My guy Mikey McDowell plus 200 to finish on the lead lap. Could we run green to the end here?
Sure would be nice.
Eckes got in front of oh God. Oh Look at these 3 cars breaking my balls.
So in 21, it was 14 cars.
Hocevar got squeezed. Ben Rhodes is going to win this fucking race. Come on, Corey. Do me something. He's got to finish ahead of Majeski. Got to. Come on, Carson. That's fucking whip for 120 fucking laps. All right. Oh, you're still looking for that info?
Yeah, hold on. So we got 14, 19.
I can't believe that fucking we had the best car on the pole with 20 laps to go. At 12.
Yeah, it's around mid-teens, mid to low teens.
Low teens?
Yeah, it's not as, I don't know.
Low teens, you said?
Yeah, it's 600 wow. I mean 400, 600 miles.
Wow.
Just got to get Heim in front of Rhodes at least.
This is gonna hurt because we're on the 2 best cars in the race. Come on, Corey. Oh, Coop, I want to throw up.
We need to get Heim in front of Rhodes before Hocevar gets there.
I know.
Because they're just going to eat each other up and give Ben Rhodes another.
I know.
Couple, tenths of a second.
Man, this is gonna hurt.
Oh man, you got to be positive.
How do you fuck that up, though? Are there odds right now?
Probably not. .365's closed.
Dean Thompson, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, everything's locked up.
I said too, should we be looking at Ben Rhodes? I can't believe he was there. Best car in the race can't get it done on the final restart of the race. That's brutal.
Well, he hung himself out to dry in the middle. Who did you have Sanchez against?
Majeski.
Yeah. Freaking Thompson's coming up on time.
I know. That's why I asked if odds were open. I was going to bet him. He's coming. He's going to pass Heim too. Hocevar's got a right front tire going down. Good night. I'll still make $900 if the race ends like this. But it could have been a fucking really good night. Fuck you, Ben. Damn, man. All right. Top Toyota, it's just way too hard. It's way too
Right,
hard.
exactly. No way I can. They're just too tight, and the numbers really doesn't allow you to bet more than one.
Right.
Any head-to-heads? Time cutting time.
I did not bet any matchups up until this show, but we could look at them. No, Heim's not cutting time. Man, if Majeski could have got in front of, if Sanchez could have got in front of Majeski, I could have at least made $2,000 on the night, 2,500. But I think it's going to be like 9 if it ends like this. Profit is profit, though. I'll take it. Heim just If there were another 20 laps in this race, I bet you we win. Sanchez has the best car on the track right now. What a shame, Coop. 5 more laps and I would have fucking had that Majeski matchup. That's a $2,300 swing.
Yeah, maybe more than 5, man. He's still, 2 seconds behind?
Yeah, but he just made up a half second on that lap. He was 7.7 down at the start of 3 to go. I'm telling you, 5 laps. He passes him. Not how I wanted to start my night, my weekend. Plus 9/10 of a unit. Six and a half seconds back.
Yeah.
Sickening.
Horrible.
Gavin had Ben Rhodes at 33-1. What made you bet Ben Rhodes at 33-1, Gavin?
That's crazy.
Unreal.
I guess it's the same one that bet Kyle Busch at 20-1 or whatever he got him at. Didn't he get a 20-1 on Busch or something? Or was it somebody else or something? I know we won another one that we didn't win.
Corey said, we just can't catch a break at the end of these races. We have the leader. We get 3 cautions in a row. Then we need a caution and get nothing. Yep, that's how it goes, my guy.
No, I mean, he got stuck in the middle, fell back, and then he was worried about his flat tire, which really wasn't flat. So he took it easy.
I made a unit. I'll take it.
Story of your life the last couple of weeks.
I know.
Breaking even or making a unit.
I know. I guess it's better than losing. Anything else that you see?
I mean, I bet that one. I bet one Ty Gibbs over Suarez, but there's really weren't any others that are sticking out to me. Let's see here. Oh, I bet Austin Dillon too over Chase Briscoe. so I got two. Austin Dillon was minus 120.
If you took him, right, you didn't like him at plus 200 over Briscoe, Busher, and Stenhouse?
Stenhouse is the one that worries me.
I guess you could take him too.
You could.
What about Alex Bowman and Bubba Wallace over Reddick and Harvick, or Reddick and Wallace over Harvick and Bowman?
See, I think if it was Barry, I would be inclined to do that, but Bowman's scary, man. He's a wild card.
Yeah.
I mean, he was very consistent, getting top tens before his injury.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that he could surprise and be very good on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I couldn't do that. Like on Barstool, they have Reddick and Bubba over Harvick and Blaney. And you're getting a better number on Bubba than you are Reddick.
Right. Philly said, I didn't catch the beginning. What's your thoughts on Truex Keg? Fifth most expensive guy in DK, should be good, right? Yeah, he's got winning upside, and should be a top 5 car, I think. I bet him to hit the top 5 at plus 150. I could see Coop and I getting on him during the race, no doubt. He's got winning potential.
Yep.
Let me see. Were there any other matchups that you saw?
I'm still looking through them. I mean, they're hanging a lot for Bubba Wallace against Truex. I just can't pull the trigger on it, though.
Oh, yeah. I said something about the Discord.
Yeah.
Plus 130. What was it? Plus 135?
No, 115 is what I see. But
oh, it was plus 135 when I brought it up.
Could be that at another book, too.
Yeah, I thought you know why I didn't pull the trigger. I have so much Bubba Wallace.
Right. It just doesn't make sense to.
Right. But yeah, I thought about that too, because what don't you think that should probably be minus 110 on both sides?
Maybe minus 115 Marty, minus 105 Bubba.
Yeah, something like that. I'm with you. That piqued my interest.
I can't bet it, though. What do you think about Bubba Wallace minus 120 against Joey Logano?
I mean, I like it. I think that number is justified for sure, but it's the same thing for me. It's not worth me betting anymore on him. But I think the number's right.
Right, but I mean, isn't that the price you got for him in the top 10?
Yeah.
So I'd rather do the top 10 versus the matchup at the same price.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, because if Joey Logano comes out and runs 7th or 6th,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Let's see what other matchups we got. I guess Marty at even money against Denny's not terrible. Denny's minus 140.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess I was gonna say I'd rather take them in a top Toyota, but then you're bringing in more drivers.
You're
So
bringing it, yeah. You're bringing in
yeah,
four
yeah, yeah,
killers, yeah.
right, yeah.
I also don't think like winning manufacturer Toyota plus 180 is not bad when you think about you're really probably I guess Chastain has winning upside, maybe Bowman if it all broke right, but you're really heads up 6-2,
Right,
5-2.
right.
Don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
6-2 if you include your boy. I mean, I think there's probably a little value in that Toyota number.
Did you ever do anything and look at the heads that were like drastically long
No,
and
I
see if
didn't.
the underdog won?
I didn't. I forgot.
Because like there's a couple of them this week.
Yeah, I saw. I'll be honest, I don't think that number, that Will Byron Denny number heads up should be priced exactly the same. Will Byron's been better than Denny Hamlin this year.
Will Byron has been better than Denny Hamlin. What's the number?
They're both like minus 112.
What is that on FanDuel or something?
No, Bet Rivers.
Okay.
Don't you think that like Byron shouldn't that shouldn't be the exact same number based on this year as a whole?
Yeah, I mean the number shouldn't be the same. I was just looking at a book where um, it's drastically different.
What is it?
I don't know. I got to go back and find that book. It was Will Byron minus 120 against Truex plus 100.
Oh, okay. That seems right, probably for the Byron Denny matchup. Maybe
Right.
maybe even a little more. Maybe like minus 125.
But I can't bet Byron because I think he just gets worse as the race goes on, and I could think one of those two would beat him because they typically are better.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Wow, Chris Bell is plus 285 against Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, and Chastain. Chastain and Bell are 240 and 285 against Busch and Elliott. That's not bad.
Yeah, but I mean Elliott could or Busch could, you know.
Could, but I expect both those cars to be better than them on Sunday. Unless they show us something during the race. At least going into the race, I think that Bell and Chastain should finish higher than Elliott and Busch. Reddick and what do you think about Reddick and Bubba heads up against Harvick and Blaney?
Yeah, but I mean, what is it? 215, 240?
260 and 225. That's probably the best group that I've seen with Tyler Reddick and Bubba in it. Harvick and Blaney.
I mean, the one I was looking at on Caesars was, hold on. Bubba's at 320 against Harvick, Blaney, Logano, Suarez, and Bowman.
What's Bowman?
320.
So would you rather get because I think you would probably want to take Bowman too, no? Out of that group?
Well, I mean, I was thinking
To
Bubba.
Guys. Yeah.
Because if Bubba doesn't beat them drivers, he probably doesn't get a top 5 either.
I agree with that. That's probably true.
Because that was going to be my how to get a better top 5 number on Bubba.
Gun to your head, does Tyler Reddick finish in the top 8?
Yes.
That makes me want to bet that group. I do not think Kevin Harvick and Ryan Blaney are going to run well. I just don't think they have it.
I mean, I'm just like you. I don't want to get more invested in Bubba Wallace.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got him 2 top 5s, a win,
and top
10.
Yeah. If he hits the wall, it's going to cost me 3.5 units.
Right.
For anybody though that is not invested in Bubba Wallace at all, I like that group on Bet Rivers, Group C. Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace heads up against Kevin Harvick and Ryan Blaney. I think that's a winner. If the price was a slightly higher on Tyler Reddick, I would bet Tyler Reddick in that group alone. Because I think it would be a hedge on my Bubba Wallace bets.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, I can't find a way to get on Tyler Reddick this week without Bubba Wallace in that group or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I can't bet him top Toyota. I can't bet him to win.
I don't disagree with you.
But, I mean, yeah, I think he's got a top 8 car.
All right, we could talk about Xfinity, Philly. Coop, did you watch practice?
None of it.
So here's what I saw in practice. It looked like, actually, I just want to pull.
Jeez.
I just want to pull it up real quick. All right, yeah, Coop. So what I saw in practice was the best cars. If you look at tire fall off during practice, Nemechek and Custer looked the best. Cole Custer, in my opinion, looked the best, but Nemechek looked like second best. If you just look at who was putting down the fastest 2 or 3 laps, I think it was Allgaier and Gibbs. But if you look at that, once they got to even like 15 laps, and then the 20, and then the 25, Cole Custer's fall off was much better, and Nemechek too. So my gut says that Cole Custer and Nemechek are going to be the best cars tomorrow, even though Allgaier and Gibbs, Allgaier got the pole, Gibbs is in row 2. Kyle Busch put down a fast lap in qualifying, but he looked fucking lost in practice. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to expect out of Kyle Busch, but my gut says Nemechek and Custer are going to gravitate towards the front and pass Gibbs and Allgaier. That's what my gut says.
I mean, they got 4 drivers at 400 or less.
I know, it's unbelievable. Cole Custer, I almost hit him at 8.5 to 1 too. He was plus 850, and I was like, man, I should fuck. I know he's normally your guy. Like anytime we're betting Cole Custer in Xfinity, you're normally pulling the trigger, and I'm riding it. But I don't know. I got a feeling tomorrow it's going to be him and Nemechek. He's 6 to 1 at
is that the best number?
Superbook, I see. Nemechek.
Everything I've seen is 6 to 1
on Custer.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't want to take him though without taking Nemechek, because I think he could. It's going to be one of those two.
Yeah, 600 is the best number I see.
What's the best number you see on Nemechek? 4?
I think so. I don't think I've seen a 450.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, 4. I mean, every book is basically the same.
Yeah. You got 4 guys that are under plus 110 to hit the top 3.
Every single one of them on FanDuel is under 4. FanDuel has the best number on Custer, 650.
I do think it's going to be one of those races where like those 4 guys might shit on the whole field, but I do think that it's going to be those 2 guys that get there. I could be wrong though.
650 at DK too. But yeah, 400 is the best I saw on John Henry.
What do you think has to happen like during that race for these numbers to get better? Penalties?
I mean, where are they starting? Are they starting first, second, third? I don't even know where they're starting.
Oh yeah, those 4 guys are 1, 2, 3, 4. Allgaier and Gibbs starting 1, 3. Nemechek and Custer starting 2, 4.
I mean, it almost seems like there's nobody else.
No,
like Sammy Smith, Chandler Smith, Austin Hill, none of them showed up.
I think so. I don't think so. I know you'll look at their practice. Did you tape it?
I got it. I can watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what you have to say about it. But my gut says that like those 4 guys were much the best.
Uh, I mean, even if John Henry got a penalty or a bad pit stop and fell back to 20th,
What's he gonna be? 5.5 to 1.
right? So like, is Custer? I mean, it sucks that you have to start at 6.5, but is that the way to go?
Yeah, I think so. How 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 long is the race tomorrow? 150 laps.
No, it's 300 miles, so it's 100 more miles than the night. And what tonight was 134 laps.
Oh, they're kilometers, right? Not miles.
No, they're miles.
Well, 300 miles on a 1.5 mile track. That would be 100.
200 laps.
Oh, 200. Right. Right. I mean, like if we're 100 laps into that race tomorrow,
What are the stages?
and they're running 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all going to be 2.5 to 1.
What are the stages?
I don't know. Adam's in the chat. He'll fucking tell me.
Probably like 50, 50, 100.
Yeah, probably. Actually, that's probably exactly what it is. 50, 50, 100.
Because that means they probably would only have to pit in the final stage under green.
Right. I guess we could just take Custer and go into tomorrow with that.
I mean, don't you kind of want to wait?
Like totally wait and not take Custer either?
No, wait until after the Cup race.
Coop, why are you bringing this fucking bad mojo in it's not gonna rain, bro. Okay? It's not gonna rain. We're getting that in tomorrow.
It says 70% at noon, 80% at 1, 85% at 2, 75% at 3, 90% at 4, 90% at 5, 90% at 6, 90% at 7. Do you want me to keep going?
Will they race that at night? If there
8
was a window,
p.m.,
if
8
there was
p.m., 8 p.m., 85, 9 p.m., 80, 10 p.m., 75, 11 p.m., 80.
I did say I said to Gavin in DM today, I said we're gonna get the truck race in. I think we're gonna get the cup race in. I'm not sure about tomorrow. It doesn't look good, is what I DM'd him. But I'm not. Don't bring that bad juju into the show. Maybe it's not gonna rain. You know, weathermen are wrong sometimes, Coop.
45, 45, 110.
Is it really? That's weird.
So, yeah, they don't have to pit in the first two stages.
Kevin said it's gonna rain. So we might not be doing a show tomorrow. That's going to be weird. No MMA tomorrow.
What are you going to do on a Saturday?
I don't know.
You going to take a trip to Walmart, Lowe's?
No. The fuck am I going to go to Walmart for? Donald Veal. Oh, I love that name. Oh yeah, they moved it up tomorrow to 12:20 instead of 1:20. It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna
They
matter.
need to move it up to 7:20. I don't. I mean, I don't know. I know there's been talk about like because I guess the Xfinity's got to go to Portland next week,
Yeah.
so that's a long trip for the drivers to get the cars out there. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right. We're probably not gonna.
I mean, the odds aren't going to change because of the rain. We
So
already have
so
qualifying and everything.
so if the Cup Series does get the race in on Sunday, the Saturday race would be Monday.
Correct. I mean, I imagine if they don't get the Cup race in on Sunday, they'll both race on Monday. If the weather, you know,
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That. Yeah. I think you're right.
which is first and which is second, I have no idea. But yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if I have anything else written down. I don't.
I
I
don't.
have the Gibbs group written down.
What?
It's on FanDuel. Hold on. Logano, Suarez, Keselowski against Gibbs. Gibbs
What?
is 350.
Oh yeah, I don't mind that. I don't. Where is that?
Barstool.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
But I mean, I have Gibbs top 10, and I have Gibbs over Suarez. So I think I'm just going to stick with that.
Yeah, you don't want to get too invested for sure. I might throw. I bet that top 10 for a half unit. I might throw a half unit on that group because I think that if he gets in the top 10, he beats all three of those drivers. Don't
Say
you?
that again. You say it again.
If Gibbs hits the top 10, chances are he beats all three of those drivers.
I mean, I could see Logano finish, like you said earlier, finish
Oh,
6 or 7.
yeah, you're right. Joey's in the group. Yeah,
Yeah.
Joey could finish in the top 10. Yeah. And then it was Keselowski and who?
And Suarez.
Yeah, that's true. Joey could run 6th or 7th. That wouldn't shock me.
I mean, I would hate, to see him run 6th or 7th, and then, Gibbs run 8th.
Yeah.
And then I take away from my top 10.
Yep.
So
maybe I'll just add a half unit on the top 10.
Why don't you add a half a unit on the win? Why? I mean, why double down, man?
My gut says I'm going to be mad at myself for just throwing $500 away if he doesn't win.
Gotcha.
I don't know. There's no chance that you're cashing that ticket without me making money on that kid. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm interested. Do you remember the pricing last year? I don't remember. There were so many cautions. I don't remember what the prices were late or if the odds were even open late.
Hold on. I can't tell you what the the race odds were during the race, but I can probably tell you what they are at the beginning of the race. Jesus, I can't type.
Donald Veal says, "Do you guys like Elliott on Sunday? Top 3 Sunday? Question mark." I mean, could he run? Could he be in the top 3 by the end of Sunday night? He could. Car's been getting better for sure, but Coop and I probably rate 7 or 8 cars, maybe more ahead of him.
So Kyle Larson was 4.5. I don't know what book this is at either. Bush was 6.5. Elliott was 7.5. Truex 9. Blaney 10. Byron 10. Chastain 10. Hamlin 10. Reddick 14. Bell 15. Bowman 15. Bubba Wallace 100-1.
Yeah, so I guess that's it. We don't see anything else.
No. But those odds are pretty tight, man.
Yeah. What was Byron?
10.
Those were the days. Remember when me and you used to bet him at 16-1 when nobody knew who the fuck he was?
Mm-hmm. So this is DK opening odds. Bush and Larson were 5.5. Elliott 6. Truex 10. Blaney 12. Hamlin 12. Byron 12. Chastain 14. Bowman and Reddick 14. Bubba Wallace 70.
See, like that number, Chastain
was 25.
Chastain at 14. That tells me that the number currently that is posted on him, there is zero value in.
Right.
Because if you were able, the car was better last year, and you were able to get him at 14-1 to win this race.
Yep.
So we talked about a lot. All the plays that I'm on are up on the website. Coop's on a lot of the same plays. He's got a couple of his own. They're all in the Discord that he put in there for everybody in the NASCAR room. It's not looking good tomorrow, boys. Probably not going to get the race in. Hopefully we do, but don't count on it. Sunday, I'm hopeful. I think we'll get the race in. But no MMA this weekend. There won't be a show. We don't get this racing tomorrow. So there's nothing to bet.
You go to the movies with Abby?
I have to see what my ex-wife has planned. I actually saw Abs last night. She had a solo in the high school choir night.
Oh, she's in choir.
Yeah. Really, she was good. She was really good. But yeah, that's it, boys. We're out. Tomorrow, we made some money tonight. We should have made a lot more. But tomorrow, I will be live if the race is on with Johnny and Yeg. But like Coop said, don't hold your breath. Sunday, 6 p.m. Hopefully we are live, me, Coop, and the boys. And that's it. Good luck. If you're tailing us, hope you guys crush. And we'll see you this weekend. Later.